All right, brothers. You're tuned in to the Iceman Show podcast. I am your host, the Iceman. More bounce to the ounce, and I say what counts. Don't nobody go home till the fat man gets it in. What's happening, chocolate people? Decide to get in your eardrum for a Tuesday evening. You know how we do on the Iceman Show podcast. We have the Iceman Show podcast during the week. And so we're going to proceed with what you need, y'all. More bounce to the ounce, and I say what counts. Don't nobody go home till the fat man gets it in. What's happening, chocolate people? What's crack-a-lacking? And hopefully your bank account ain't lacking. You digs? We want to welcome you back for a new installment of the Iceman Show podcast. We are here in the house. We're a little late, but we are here and you are here. And we are glad that you have joined us today. And we are glad that you are able to break bread with us. And hopefully we can get some good information out there for you. And hopefully it's information that you can use, you and your families can use this information to better improve your lives and the lives of those around you. I'd like to invite you to invite a friend or friends, co-workers, frat brothers, soror sisters, family members, and the like to join us on the Iceman Show podcast during the week. And on Saturdays, the Player Circle podcast, where we talk about dating and relationships only. And we talk about that good stuff from a Black perspective. So you don't want to miss that. The show for the broadcast for the Player Circle podcast, we usually start about 3 p.m. or 4 p.m. So, be on, the best thing to do, especially if you're not subscribed to the Mad Voodoo Man channel on YouTube, what I suggest you do is you go over to YouTube right now and subscribe and hit the bell for the Mad Voodoo Man channel, so you don't miss out, and so you don't get left out, because sometimes I don't do simulcasts, I just do YouTube and that's it. So if you're left out, I don't want you to be left out. I want you to get the information. I want you here for the Iceman Show podcast, as well as the Player Circle podcast. So be in the place, have your face in the place, and that way, and subscribe to the Mad Voodoo Man channel. That way you don't miss out. You digs? If you don't have my first book, make sure you go get it. The Game of Life According to the Iceman, Volume 1. You can get this at asktheiceman.com. Scroll down to the add to cart button and make that move. Or you can go over to amazon.com and get a copy of this. In a minute, I got my copy, the ISIS Papers, The Keys to the Colors, by the late great Frances Cress Welsing, a brilliant sister. She's one of the first Black psychiatrists that breaks down white supremacy from a psychopathological, medical, and mental health perspective. You got to get this book. She's passed away. She passed away 2 or 3 years ago, but her book is still on Amazon. I just got mine yesterday. This right here, anybody that talks about white supremacy on YouTube, I guarantee they read this book or they're familiar with it. Okay? But I'm going to read it. I'll probably read the whole thing while I'm on vacation, because I need to read it before I finish my book, because I'm going to make some references in mental health as far as dating is concerned, and I'm going to reference that book. And that's The Authority right there. That and Neely Fuller's the compensatory code on white supremacy and racism in America. That's another book you need to get, by Neely Fuller. Matter of fact, he wrote his book first in the 70s, and then Frances Cress, Dr. Welsing, read his book, and then she wrote that one. So it's, we got to get educated, Black folks. You can't walk around here dumb and not knowing. Ignorance is not a defense when you're dealing with people who are trying to kill you. And if you think I'm taking this too seriously, ask the families of Sandra Bland. Ask the families of Tamir Rice and Trayvon Martin and Michael Brown and other countless Black, Laquan McDonald. Ask those families if I'm being too serious here. Ask those families if I'm off base, because none of those Black men, women, or children were killed by somebody that looked like us. Think about that for a second. If you want to get if you want to keep it gangster, if you want to keep it a buck, let's keep it a buck. Who killed those folks, those innocent people? Wasn't us. Wasn't us. And before you dip down in your bag of coon responses and Sambo responses and Mammy responses, what I want to say to you is when you reach down in there, your coon bag and pull out, well, what about black on black crime? Well, we wouldn't have any black on black crime if it wasn't for white supremacy. Okay? So let's just stop before you get cussed out. As you guys may have heard today, the Senate passed resolution for 9/11 first responders to get compensated. Now, what have I been saying for months now? Didn't I say that? Haven't I been reminding you what all these Democratic candidates have been saying all along that, oh, to quote Bernie Sanders, reparations isn't feasible. A bunch of other Democrats either straight up didn't even answer, don't even want to talk about reparations, or they said, well, that's not feasible, or why should we give black people reparations? And just that, to all you Obama fans who love Obama, who's all on Obama's nutsack, let me say to you that Obama, I can't remember exactly what he did, but Obama did some behind the scenes wrangling to shoot down reparations for it to even be an issue that's discussed at all by his administration. So those of you who love Obama so much, there's another proof. Here's more proof that Obama don't like black folks, and he definitely has no respect for, and he has contempt for ADOS foundational blacks like us, whose ancestors built this country. Like I said, you people see skin color and they say, oh, he or she looks like me. And you can look at Obama, look at his record. You can look at the record of Kamala Marsala Harris, and you can see that when you get these black folks who identify as something other than black, and it was especially in the cases of Obama and Senator Harris, this is why you get nothing. This is how we end up with nothing. This is how we end up with President Obama singing Al Green songs, but yet there's no substantive policy or policies that do nothing for us, or they're for everybody else but us. Now I have, as far as 9/11 first responders, they were doing their job. Why are they getting compensated by the federal government? I thought adding giving somebody money is going to break the country. Remember. Okay, y'all see where I'm going with this? Tangible reparations isn't feasible, but you got money to give the 9/11 folks. And they haven't said how much they were even trying to put aside for them. How much is each person getting? Why is that feasible? And before any of you coons and Sambos and Mammies say, well, it's because it just happened in 2001. Yet in 2019, we still see the effects of slavery and Jim Crow on black people all over this country. I don't give a damn if it was 300 years ago. We still see the effects of it. We see the effects of benign neglect in inner cities and black rural areas. So you can't sit here and listen to Bernie Sanders try to explain something about something that he don't think it makes sense anyway. But I guarantee he has no problem with Jewish people. He has no problem with Jewish people continuing to get reparations from the federal government because of their involvement in the Nazi war machine. That's part of the reason why that's some of the reason why they give Israel $3 billion a month for nothing. So they say. Israel has their own budget and their own money. Why are we giving them money? But I've already told you why they give Israel money. It has nothing to do with them being Jewish. It's the fact that that's daddy. Okay? Those are the first descendants of Caucasians that crawled on our all fours out of the Caucasus Mountains in Russia. And when they came down to what is called Israel today, we, the black Jews, we've already lived in that area. But race mixing over the centuries and just people moving around that whole area diluted what is now Israel into what it is today. And that's why Israel is so bold in their racism against all the Arab people around the region, with the exception of Saudi Arabia. See, everybody that's got major favor with United States as far as their, all their banking, they do their banking over here. They do their investments over here. A lot of those countries don't attack Israel because they know that's going to mess up their money. That's why that Saudi Arabia is one of the nations that doesn't go after Israel directly. They leave that to Hamas and other organizations around the Persian Gulf. Okay? But Israel does a lot of dirt in that region as well as other parts of the world. And we give them the green light to do so. And because they have the same fighter planes we have and whatnot, they're real bold in doing little sneaky stuff because they know we'll back them. If countries with real deep pockets like Saudi Arabia goes after Israel, they would not do that. But let's just say hypothetically, if they did go after Israel, they could wipe their asses out because they got deeper pockets. Okay? But one little tiny ass country controls that whole area around Israel. You think that's fair? See, the UK and the United States knew what they were doing when they helped form the Israeli country. They knew what they were doing. They knew exactly what they were doing. It was all based on white supremacy. Because Israel used to be a weak ass, broke country, just like the rest of them countries around there. But once we start pumping billions of dollars in us in the UK, started pumping billions of dollars into Israel, all of a sudden Israel got their weight up. And they still get on TV talking like they're victims. They ain't victims. You should see how they treat the Arabs that live in Israel. You should see how they treat them. And them same Israelis treat Africans and black people from United States like crap. Even Whitney Houston and Bobby Brown talked about how racist they were when they went over there. And Whitney Houston did a concert over there that they paid her big bucks to do. Okay? But they got money for first responders, but they ain't got nothing for ADOS black folks. See, we have to continue to let the Democratic Party know that we ain't voting for them. We ain't vote for none of their candidates until they produce something in writing that they are going to give ADOS, foundational black men and women and children, cutting us a check. If they continue to not do that, they continue to play with their political careers the way they, because let me tell you something. If the Democrats lose this election, they're done, and they know it. They know it. Look, let me explain something to you. Don't get it twisted that this is not an important election for the Democrats. It is not good for any party to lose an election 2 times in a row. It is not good going long term, because you're going to start seeing people perform a major exodus from that particular party, because they like, oh, y'all a bunch of losers. People don't like being on a losing team, dude. That's why the Republicans really, with Donald Trump winning that first time, it really set them up, because they were after them 2 elections with Obama, they were reeling. They were in trouble. And if you're a loser, that means less corporations and less individuals are going to donate money to your party. And they need those billions of dollars to come in to run these races around the country, to fund these races, to fund the ad campaigns. They need money for that. Takes a lot of money to run a media campaign. A lot of money. So the Democrats really don't need to lose this election. And see, Trump, I'm telling you, he did everything. What did I tell you Trump was going to do? Didn't I tell you Trump was going to go after the states with cutting off welfare and SNAP? Didn't I tell you that? I said that as soon as they shut the government down earlier this year, I said that. Because the federal government can't directly go after SNAP recipients. They can't go directly after HUD. Well, they can after HUD people, but they can't go directly after people who get TANF. But what they can do, what the federal government can do is go after the states and change the guidelines so that even though they're not directly dealing with the people who get SNAP benefits, they can change the funding and they can change the legalese to say that, okay, states, if you want this SNAP money from the Department of Agriculture, you're going to have to do this, this, and this. So they got to make, so no longer is SNAP guaranteed, just like TANF. TANF, you have to qualify for cash assistance through TANF. You have to qualify. If there is a means test. And if those of you don't know what a means test, see, veterans, we know what means test means. That means there's a threshold you got to meet financially. That's how the VA gets people to pay some of them fees. You take that means test every year. If you are anything less than 90 or 100% service connected, or you chose the medical retirement option. Y'all see where I'm going with this? So TANF is already on that. But sometimes it depends on the worker who's working in there. But if you got an old raggedy single mom as the worker it working in there, they make sure they give all them little raggedy sloppy tramps that come in there talking about they ain't got no food, no place to stay. They make sure all them little raggedy heifers get money. Well, the way the Trump administration is doing it, you no longer qualify automatically for SNAP benefits. You are going to have to qualify as a family or as an individual. And the threshold is going to be much higher than it was before. That's how you think all these illegal immigrants be getting SNAP and SNAP benefits so easily. You ain't even a citizen in this country. What are you doing getting welfare and SNAP? You can't go to Mexico and get on the welfare. So how come, see, where's the reciprocity, America? Where's the reciprocity? We damn near hold up the Mexican budget, yearly budget, fiscal budget with free money. And that's why they had to bend over backwards when Trump said, you better stop most of these people before they get up here to TJ, or we're gonna cut that money. We're gonna cut that DEA money that we give you to fight drugs, which you really ain't trying to do at all. You just pocketing the money. All the, the generals at the top and the police chief, police commanders and all them folks, they the only ones getting the money. The workers don't get any money. They pay their cops. They pay their state police, federal police, like $400. They just got a raise. They federal police don't make no more than $500 a month. Their state police, which is, for their different states, they get about $350, $380 a month. The city cops get even less. They don't pay their people nothing. That's why they got so much corruption, because the whole Mexican government is corrupt. The Mexican economy is within the top 20 economies in the world, and you mean to tell me they can't take care of their people? Huh? They can't take care of their people. Their people keep breaking into our country. Y'all better start doing your homework, man, because the facts say something totally different than what they say in the media on TV. That's why I don't believe nothing they say on MSNBC. I don't believe nothing they say on CNN. I don't believe nothing they say on Fox News. I don't believe nothing they say on CBS, NBC, and ABC News. And I said Fox already. I don't believe nothing they say, because it's always a lie. And the reason why I know it to be a lie is because when I started doing the Iceman Show podcast professionally, I noticed that the information, the facts that I got from books and on the internet was totally different than what these liars are saying on these different networks. They're lying. You might get 1% truth, 99% lies. And if you don't have time to decipher those lies, then you're going to buy into everything they say. And that's why that's why I do this show. That's why I do this broadcast, because I went from being a show to a broadcast. And let me tell you why I did that. For the show was just, we were very loose with the format. Now I have a format. It doesn't seem like I do, but I do. I have a format, and it's all up here because I've been doing this almost 10 years. Professionally, about 6 or 7. Okay? You can support the show by making a $10 donation to the Cash App. My Cash App ID number, Cash App ID is $the Iceman 1906. So Cash App is a free platform that you can donate. There's no fees taken out, and you can donate that directly to us, or you can go by asktheiceman.com, scroll down to the donate button and donate there. Okay? So we have uh we always put ourselves in we always put ourselves in positions where we end up getting screwed in later years. And that's why I keep telling Black people, what you do today is going to determine, or how this, for example, this situation with this 2020 election. If you sit up here and vote for Biden, I advise you not to do that unless he is offering tangible reparations. Now, to all of you folks who were born in the Caribbean, or your parents were born in the Caribbean, or in Latin America, or your parents, or you are from Africa, we mean no disrespect by the whole ADOS movement. We mean no disrespect to you. We see you as brothers and sisters, even though you may not see us as brothers and sisters. A lot of y'all like to get on Twitter. You put up your little Jamaican flag. You put up your little American flag. And you like to, tell like to they like to tell you that you have no choice but to vote for a Biden or whomever they stick in front of you. And I'm telling you that the day has come for us as black folks, ADOS black folks, that we have to stop voting for no matter what party. We have to just not vote. It ain't gonna kill you not to vote. We ain't gonna lose any more resources by you not voting. I get tired of black folks talking to me like it's some life or death situation because I say I ain't vote for no Democrat unless they provide some tangible reparations, a check, cut the check. Because they know black folks in mass will never vote for the Republicans. So the Democrats think they can play this where you ain't got no choice situation, the way Hillary Clinton was talking to us on the campaign trail up until the 2016 election. She was talking that slick, I'm the only friend you got, black folks. No, you ain't our friend at all. Let me just put that out there for you, Miss Hillary. You ain't our friend at all. And like I said, you got all these black folks you like to come from wherever you come from on the continent of Africa. You like to come from the Caribbean. You come from Barbados. You come from Bermuda. You come from the Virgin Islands. And you come over here. You got your little flag up. And when people ask you what's your background, you tell them that, I'm Cape Verdean. I'm this. I'm from Jamaica. I'm from Bermuda. I'm this. You don't never say you black. But I guarantee if reparations checks got cut tomorrow, all of a sudden you take down that Jamaican flag and put up an American flag. You think they're going to cut you a check without checking on your background, fool? Huh? Do you really think they don't know you came from the Congo? Huh? You really think that they don't know you first generation Ghanaian? I was about to say Guyanian. You were there. You could be from there too. I know black folks from Guyana. I know I used to hang out with cats from Guyana that first came over here from places like Jamestown. Okay? Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with being from there. But do you deserve reparations? And my answer is, not trying to be mean here, but no, you don't. You didn't build this country. My ancestors on both sides of my family built this country, just like a lot of you. And why should you kowtow and bow to other folks the way we've been bowing to everybody the last 50 years? That comes to my first question to you this evening. Do blacks in America live in captivity? That's our hypothesis for tonight. And we're going to prove our hypothesis, either yay or nay. Do blacks in America live in captivity? What is captivity? Well, captivity, if you're thinking of captivity in the sense of a jail or a prison, not really talking about that. If you're talking about captivity in the sense of an honor ranch, like a prison, like I know there's a prison up here in Minnesota, a federal prison up here that has no gate. It has no fence around it. It's a very minimum probably the most minimum security prison in the federal prison system. And you got a lot of CEOs. They say there's a golf course on the grounds. That's probably one of the nicest federal prisons. Okay, you got a lot of non-violent white collar criminals up there doing their time. That's more comparable to how we live in all of America. Black people, captivity means uh, you have less mobility than your Caucasian counterparts. Okay, are there places in America where Caucasian people is unsafe for them to go? Yeah, but that's only because of how they treated us the last 500 years. It's not because of their race. It's because of what they've done to us, and secondarily, their race. But it ain't the same as what we deal with. We're almost unwelcome almost all over this country. There's plenty of places in Northern and Southern California where blacks are unwelcome. You're unwelcome in Hispanic communities, yet they come in our communities buying houses and setting up shop. And we don't run their asses out of there. Okay? There's places in Southern California where blacks are not welcome. I'll give you an example. Back in the 80s, 70s, and 80s, as a black man, you didn't have your ass over there in Gardena and Hawthorne and Torrance. You didn't take your ass over there. We didn't go past we did not go past it. We didn't go past the Hawthorne Mall when it was right there on Hawthorne Boulevard. Y'all know where I'm talking about. What is that, Hawthorne and Imperial? We didn't go past there. And even when we went up there, the Hawthorne police would be up in Hawthorne Mall harassing black people. Because some of the thug brothers would come up there and they would arrest these guys just because they were at the mall. Oh, y'all loitering. Well, them white kids loitering too. I was glad when that mall went out of business. I don't know what it is now. I think they built some Hawthorne school system, built some old fake school. I think they moved their administrative offices over there or something. I don't know. But a couple of people have owned that property and really didn't know what they was doing, what they were going to do with it. Anyway, back then, if you were black, even still now in 2019, if you from LA, you don't go to Torrance. Torrance is still highly racist. And they got black police officers over there now. And they're just they're straight sellouts. Torrance police are. The black men that work for them. Straight up sellouts. Why would you want to work around all those racist white police officers? Unless something is wrong with you. And my question is, how did your black ass get in there? Oh, I know, because you a sellout, because you're a coon, and you're an O.J. Simpson type. If you ever check out any of these black police officers, I guarantee they married to white women. Most of them are. They're married to white women. Either white women who are cops or white women who are not cops. So that tell you right there where their heads are at. And these be the main black guys out here harassing black motorists when they're out here on the street. That I've been stopped by black police officers and they were worse than the white ones. And I'm like, what's wrong with you, man? You got a problem? You seem hostile, bruh. You need to take a couple of days off? Need to take some personal time off, nigga? Huh? There a problem? You all hostile toward me? What you hostile toward me for? You don't know me. And I wasn't speeding. So they're going to make up some shit. Well, you did a roll and stop at that stop. So no, I didn't do. I came to a complete stop. Stop lying. And some of them, they'll give it up and be like, well man, slow down next time. Man, fuck you, dude. Get your sellout ass out my face. You a sellout. There are plenty of places black men and women cannot go in this country. And in every city around this country, no matter how small, no matter how large, there are places where blacks cannot go based on race. That right there is an indication of captivity. Another indication of captivity is you can't go anywhere. You can't go. There's nowhere, there's no refuge for black people in this country. None. Not even in so-called black neighborhoods. Why? Because you don't own anything over there. You don't own the community. See, if you own your neighborhood, it becomes a community because you control the economics at the bottom. And and like I keep saying in every live stream on the Iceman Show podcast, if you control the economics of your community, you control the politics and the social order on the upper levels. Remember, in America, it's about upward mobility. It's about moving up the socioeconomic ladder, not going down, not going to the side. If you're a black person and you're over here protesting illegal or anti-immigration, or you're out here protesting how those illegal immigrants or illegal aliens are being treated at the border, you're a moron. You're a dumbass. Yeah, I'm saying it straight up. You're a dumbass. And don't sit up here and give me that argument. There's some black people that they got at the border too. Yeah, it ain't even 0.1%. So don't even go there. Don't run that. Don't try to run that game. Oh, they got some blacks down there too, Iceman. They ain't got enough for me to care. They ain't got enough for me to care. Sorry. And those of you who want to say, well, what about them Irish people or the European people that come over here and overstay their visas? That ain't my problem. They ain't my problem either. I don't care. And why do you care? Why does your black ass care? You got social and economic and political issues your damn self for your group. But see, you don't want to be part of your own group. You're always trying to co-opt somebody else's damn group because somebody at work grin and smile at you. Just because the Mexicans at your job eat lunch with you don't mean they looking out for you. Just because they halfway friendly with you, they only being friendly with you to keep their jobs, and to maybe they have to be on some type of communication with you in order to perform their job duties. They're not going to mess that up, so they'll be phony towards you. See, black folks, it's funny to me how all other races can just fool the average black person so easily, and you consider yourself to be educated. They can always fool you. All they gotta do is all that old phony ass ultra bright smile, and here you go kissing their ass. Here you go grinning and smiling. Hey, yeah, they like her. So you get the brother that's, hey, Ice, these non-black women love brothers. Mexican women, they love brothers. That's where they get that kind of shit from. Just because Yesenia at your job is friendly with you, you think she into black guys. Stop being fooled by that kind of stuff, black people. Are you that hard up for white approval, for non-black approval? Huh? That's why you see, why you think you see all these black women on Facebook posting all these ridiculous pictures? You got 40, 50, and 60-year-old black women posting pictures of them with their ass poked out. You know why they do that kind of stuff? To get attention. Because black folks are used to being ignored in this country. Black people are used to being stepped over. No matter what level you on, you could be on Bill Cosby's level and you still feel like that. You could be Obama and still feel left out. Okay? So it doesn't matter how much money you have or how much how high you are in the federal government or state government, you're still a nigger in this country. And I hate to have to tell you that, but it is what it is. It ain't, you can't twist it to make it be anything else but that. It is what it is. And it's sad that a lot of you black women with all your bullshit degrees, all your bullshit jobs, you still feel inadequate in relationship to white supremacy. It's sad. I feel sorry. I actually don't feel sorry for you. I think you're pathetic. I think you're pathetic that you have to kiss everybody's ass at the job, but other black folks, you won't even speak to them. But you're around kissing the Mexican custodian's ass who ain't shit. You'll go run around here kissing the Asian dude, Asian chick's ass. You'll run over here, kiss all the white folks' asses over here. And the black people that work in your department, you don't even speak to them. You won't even speak to them. That's self-hate. That's pure self-hate. It ain't career survival because you don't own that company and none of your people built that company. So them firing you ain't no big deal because matter of fact, they look to fire your ass because then they can bring one of their own people in there. So you have nothing. So you might as well build your own shit. That's why I keep telling black folks to stack your chips and go out and get your own shit. Once you get your weight up, start your own stuff. Why are you working for somebody else? And if you think you're gonna work 30 years for that company you working for, I got some oceanfront property to sell you in New Mexico. Ain't none of y'all gonna retire in 30 years. None of you. The only people who have a chance are those of you who work for the federal government, and even you don't have a chance. Even you can lose your job, especially under Trump. Because whatever shortfall that the federal government, federal budget has every year, guess where they're going to take the money? They're going to take it from social programs. And I don't care one way or the other. I don't care. Because you live in the richest country in the world, and you up here with nothing. You up here living worse than somebody that just came over here from Mexico. And in 5 years, because of the state government and the federal government and them being allowed to stay in this country and work under the table and not pay taxes and do the things that they do, they're going to be 5 years from now, they're going to be living at a higher standard of living than you, and you've been here 400 years. Don't you want to know why that is? They ain't giving you nothing for free. Every time the federal government has the chance to make things right with ADOS blacks, they screw it up or they don't do anything. And after getting lied to by Obama, a lot black people, black and white, are like, oh no, old Biden ain't gonna sneak in here. Ain't none of these Democrats gonna sneak in here like they did with Obama. They snuck Obama in there because he was with Michelle Obama. See, Michelle validated him, because if he was with a white woman, half of y'all wouldn't have voted for him. But they know they had to put him with a black woman, a real black woman, not no fake, not the fake heifer. They put her with a real black woman from the south side of Chicago, and that validated him. Okay? You better do your research on the Obama deception. Okay? There's a documentary on YouTube about the Obama deception. At first, when I first was looking at it, I was like, oh, they just shitting on Obama because he black. But then, man, I started looking at it. I looked at like 2 or 3 hours of it. I said, wait a minute here. This stuff makes sense. And then when I saw the feminist policies that he was signing into law and all the old bullshit, the Domestic Violence Act and all this other shit, they got to get this Negro out of here. They're going to have to get this Negro out of here. Because all those feminist policies hurt black men directly. They don't hurt white men, because white men, they don't have, a white man can get a job paying 6 figures and he ain't even qualified for it. It's just as long as he fits in and the other white women and men like him. That's all he have to do. Just be halfway clean cut. Sometimes they don't even have to be clean cut. I've seen corporate executives that I've worked with at these corporations who don't even brush their teeth half the time. Walk in there with their mouth smelling like garbage. And people be all in their face. Sucking up all that funk coming out of their mouth. Come in late anytime they feel like it. Don't come to work at all. Have people vouching for him at work. Oh, yeah, Ted came in today. Ted at the house. Probably high and drunk. That's what they do with each other. But let you come in 30 seconds late. Darnisha came in 30 seconds late. Here the Hispanics are telling on your ass. And the white girls, white boys and the white girls are telling on your ass. And the Asians are telling on you. Don't think them Asians won't cut your throat, because they will. Because they think they're white. Because I'm going to talk about honorary Nazis tonight. And honorary Aryans tonight. And you'll be shocked at at the information I've dug up. Are blacks in America living in captivity? You as a black person, everywhere, you could be at the grocery store parking lot. You could be at the utility company getting ready to pay your bill. You can be in front of the post office. Doesn't matter where you are. You could be in your condo's parking lot getting ready to drive to the store. And when I say any, I mean any. I don't care if they're homeless. I don't care if they're rich, poor, middle class, whatever. Any Caucasian can get you killed by the police just by making that phone call. Because that's what they're doing when they get on there and call 911 and you just at the park barbecuing with your friends and family. They're trying to get you killed, dog. Because when these white police roll up, they already know you're black. Because they make sure when they're making a 911 call, they say there's a group of black men. I think they're violent. One of them I saw had a gun. They'll be lying their ass off. Ain't seen a gun nowhere around there. And then here come 10 units pulling up with the Batarang, riding all over the grass in the park, pulling up right there where your table is, making all them innocent black folks get on the ground and eat pavement because some white woman or some white dude called in your murder. That's what they're doing. Again, If you think I'm being I'm reaching here, ask Trayvon Martin's parents, am I reaching? Huh? Because those of you mammies and coons and bedwenches and and sambos who say, hey, we ought to let any and everybody come over here to this country from south of the border, and we shouldn't stop anybody. Let me just say this. In 10 years, one of those folks, one of those illegal aliens kids will probably be the next George Zimmerman. And he might end up killing one of your kids. Let's see if I'm reaching then. I bet you won't say I'm reaching at that point, will you? You ain't gonna say I'm reaching then, will you? No, you ain't. See, a lot of y'all don't want to hear the truth because in your little twisted world, it looks like white people accept you, and they don't. They're just grinning in your face. Maybe you got some leverage over them at work, and they're being halfway friendly with you because you might be able to ruin their career or ruin their job short term, or get them fired, because some corporations don't play that racism shit because it's bad for business. Some corporations just don't care. Most of them don't care how racist they look to the public. Some of them do. Very few do. That's why some of these white folks, when they post shit on Facebook, some racist shit on Facebook, they get fired. Why? Because it's egregious. It's nigger this, nigger that. Nigger this, nigger that. Black bitch this, black bitch that. And their employer get wind of that shit and fire their asses. That's why if there's a white person at your job you don't like, go find their Facebook page. And if they got stuff on there calling, even if they don't say nothing about black folks, maybe they on there calling illegal aliens wetbacks and spics and shit like that. If you see that kind of stuff on their page, don't say nothing to them. Just go to HR, be like, hey, Charlie over there in accounting, on his page, he got some white supremacy regalia on his page, and he on there talking about nigger, spick, chink, chink, chink. And as soon as the job get wind of that shit, most of the time they'll fire your ass because they know they can get another white dude in there and do that job. They don't need you, dude. But again, white dudes can get fired off a job and go out here and get another one paying more money. And he might not have to reference that last job, because white people, they hire each other based on just being white, just being Caucasian. And oh, I like this guy. He's somebody I like. I might want to drink beer with. See, I know this stuff happens because I have gotten jobs that I was surprised I got because the person ended up liking me. You understand me? So I know that happens with them because I've seen it happen. I've seen plenty of Caucasian people get hired at jobs I know wasn't qualified to get that job. So let's cut the crap. If you haven't donated yet, please do so at asktheiceman.com. Scroll down to the donate button and donate your $10 there, or you can hit us on the Cash App. The Cash App ID is $ the Iceman 1906. That is it. There is let me stay on this captivity thing for a couple more minutes, and then we're gonna switch to something else. I think I'm gonna jump to racial allegory because that's on the brain right about now. But this whole black people living in captivity, you're captive economically because you refuse to spend money with black-owned businesses. You refuse to support black-owned businesses. Therefore, black-owned businesses can't expand. Therefore, they can't hire black employees and expand their business because they have more employees available for them to make more profit. You understand? So if you walk around here with the attitude that I'm not gonna help a black owned business, but I'm gonna go over here and support this Asian business or this white owned business, think about what you're doing for a second here. You're putting a nail in the coffin for your survival. I posted something on my Facebook page that Black Enterprise Magazine did this study, and they said that by 2053, black people's net worth will collectively be zero. Do you know what will happen to us if we continue to not try to own anything? Do you know what's going to happen to us? See, economics is physical survival. See, black people like to walk around deaf and dumb to everything so that when something pops off, you can say, well, I didn't know, man. I didn't know that was happening. And I'll give you an example. When I was doing research for my first book, The Game of Life According to the Iceman, Volume 1, I was doing research on Black Wall Street, Tulsa, Oklahoma, that situation, unfortunate situation, where those white citizens jumped on the black citizens of Tulsa. When I was doing the research, what I found out is that when they first started attacking black folks, black people with guns and black folks who didn't have guns would go to the white-owned gun stores to buy ammo and guns, and the white gun store owners would tell them, we ain't selling nothing to you. So a lot of black folks got caught out there got caught slipping, as we say in LA. A lot of black folks got caught slipping. And because we got caught slipping, over 3,000 people got murdered. Now, that wasn't a riot. Don't let these white folks lie to you, and don't let these coons and these Sambos and these mammies lie to you and tell you that it was a race riot. It was not a riot. It was an assault. They took World War I warplanes and were bombing the black residents in Black Wall Street. Y'all see where I'm going with this? They use military planes. Like today, if they would have did it, they would have been using drones and F-15s to bomb the shit out of us. That's the equivalent of what they were doing. That's why they end up killing so many people. And the last descendant, the last person that lived through that, this one sister, she was I think she was a college professor. I know she had a PhD in something. I think she passed away a couple of years ago. She was probably either around almost 100 years old or a little over 100 years old. But somebody interviewed her, and she talked about how, so many of the elders, the older folks in her community got killed, and they were dropping bombs from the sky on them. Y'all have no idea the evil. I find it interesting how we have been victimized in some of the most vile ways. And yet some of y'all still love Caucasians more than you love yourself. Look, I know some of y'all might be so-called biracial and all that, but at the end of the day, you're black. Now, I'm not telling you to go hate your white parent or whatever. I'm not telling you to do that. Now, if your parent happens to be on that white supremacy kick, then yeah, you might want to, handle that. But I'm not telling you to go and be disrespectful to your relative or to your parent. That's not what I'm telling you to do. I'm telling you to be aware of these white supremacists who are out here looking to wipe you off the face of the earth. And again, if you think I'm reaching, talk to Tamir Rice's parents. If you think I'm reaching, talk to Jordan Davis's parents. Since you think I'm reaching. Because I guarantee if that was your kid that got killed, you would be saying, Iceman, you right on time with this. So let's get real. See, black folks want to spend their time turning up, drinking, partying, smoking, clowning, fucking, doing everything that doesn't produce anything tangible for you. That's what we engage in. And while we are engaging in foolish behavior, childish behavior, all these other races move into our community, our neighborhoods, and set up shop and sell goods and services to us like we're a bunch of idiots. Like that Tlaib woman, that Arab woman that represents a black congressional district in Detroit. Them Detroit Negroes are so lame and so weak that they elected an Arab woman to represent them. And I think Detroit's got a white mayor now. See, that's what happens when you feel like it ain't your job to own and manage anything. See, some of us, we got college degrees and we still got a slave mentality. You still got a slave mentality. That's why you don't want to leave that corporate plantation, because it's too easy. All I got to do, roll out of bed, go to work, Iceman. Yeah, but you getting treated like shit. And you ain't got sense enough to see it. Every time you supposed to get a raise, they don't give you shit. Every time you supposed to get a promotion, they gave it to the white girl, the white dude, or the Mexican, or the Asian, over you. And you could be there you could have been there 10 years before them. And you so stupid, they'll have you train them for the job you can't get. You'll be sitting there looking like a fool. And they know they can pull that shit because we allow it. I don't understand why a lot of you don't understand you live in captivity. If you can't go anywhere you want physically, you are in captivity. If economically you can't live anywhere you want in this country, you are in captivity. If you are economically deprived in this country, where you are put in a position where banks won't loan you any commercial loan money or any personal loan money, you are in captivity. If you got a Democratic Party that expects you to vote for whatever candidate they put in front of you, and yet you are not to ask for anything in return, you live in captivity. Now, you could twist this any way you want. You could say, well, Ice, you got 2 master's degrees. What you whining about? First of all, I don't whine. You paid. Why you worry about these broke niggas? Why you worry about these hood niggas? Because unlike you, I see all black folks as a collective where all you look at is your individual self. Because that's how you were raised. You were raised as a selfish individual. who sees no allegiance with anybody other than the little hood rats you grew up with or the hood rats in your family. So you don't see the connection between us being murdered by these race soldiers posing as police officers and white uh, race soldier vigilantes, citizens killing black folk. You don't see a connection between that and your captivity. You think because you can smoke all the weeds you want, you think because you can drink all the liquor you want, you think you free. Well, hey, Mr. So-and-so ain't coming around here telling us we can't do it, so we must not be in captivity. Well, I tell you what, here's how you test whether or not you in captivity. Take your ass to an affluent, exclusive Caucasian neighborhood, and particularly a gated one, and take your black ass over there and try to see if you can get in. And if you get in, let's see how long it takes before they call the police on your black ass. Since you ain't in captivity, nigga. Since you ain't in captivity, nigga, let's see how that'll work for you. So you know I'm telling you the truth, but a lot of y'all, you want to believe what you want to believe. You want to believe that things ain't that bad. Oh man, they Ice, you blowing this out of proportion, man. You come on, frat. Come on, man. You come on, frat. You come on, it ain't that bad. I work at such and such corporation. It ain't that bad, frat. Look at me, I make $100,000 a year. Yeah, but the white boy that's above you is 10 years younger than you, and he's got less education than you. So what does that tell you? What does that tell you, black man? Sound like you free? Don't look like you free to me. See, I'm laying these facts out so they are indisputable. See, you can't come around to my platform trying to run that. Well, what about black on black crime? Or how come black folks bring stuff on themselves? Hey, look here, man. Hey guys, nobody's donated yet except for one person on Cash App. What's up with that? Are we gonna play this game again tonight? Are we gonna play that game tonight? We need to do better, black folk. Come on now. The one thing about it is, folks, you have to ask yourself, when are at least the African countries that were affected by the transatlantic slave trade, how come none of these countries have extended patriotism to us? And how come they haven't offered dual citizenship to us? You have to ask that question. See, Pan-Africanism is only one way. It's not both ways. It's only one way. See, black Americans go over to Africa all the time. But they refuse to offer us dual citizenship. But if you're Chinese or you're white, they'll kiss your ass when you come over there. I've seen videos of Chinese men sexually accosting African women over there in Nigeria. Just walking up to them, rubbing all on their titties and stuff. But let a black man go over there and do it. I'm not saying you should go do it or should be allowed to do it. But what I'm saying is the hypocrisy of some of these African countries who sit up here and say one thing out one side of their mouth and then go over there and let Europe and China run roughshod through there, stealing all of their natural resources for pennies on the dollar with their goofy asses. But South Africa has started to take back that land. They started to take. They've already started the reclamation process of taking that land from them white thieves down there. Oh yes, they have. Thank God. All praises. Okay, that ain't nothing but Ogun. You digs? But we have to come to the reality that we live in captivity. And you live in captivity because of white supremacy. And that's what has gotten you captive, has you living captive in a country you built. Your people built this country, and yet they got the nerve to say, hey, we can lock you up anytime we feel like it. And ain't nothing you can do because your family ain't gonna do nothing. Your friends ain't gonna do nothing. And they know most Black Americans aren't gonna do anything. They know that. They know that. That's why they ain't got no problem doing the stuff they doing to R. Kelly. Not that we give a fuck. That's why they got away with doing that to Bill Cosby. It is highly irregular for somebody on Bill Cosby level to end up in prison like that. It is highly irregular. Because look at, and to all you mammies and Sambos and coons out there that have the nerve to say that they not directly going after Black men, shame on you. Harvey Weinstein just got, I think, all of the sexual assault charges dismissed against him. Okay? Did they tell you that? He got either most or all of them dismissed. I think it's all of, Harvey Weinstein got to worry about going back to court for a criminal case. They threw they dismissed every last charge against him. And it was the judge that did it. So that ought to tell you enough right there. When Jeffrey Epstein got indicted, here they go dragging R. Kelly's ass out there again. Well, we got 21 more federal counts in New York State. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Now, I'm not saying that I'm trying to support R. Kelly, but what I am saying is that even if R. Kelly would have stopped doing the low down shit he was doing 10 years ago, just like in the Bill Cosby case, they were going to be able to circumvent the law and the Constitution and still put him in prison. Okay? That's just how it works. Black robe, white justice. So those of you who think your college degree means something, especially you black women love to throw their degree up. Ooh, I got a degree. I went to an HBCU. Don't none of that mean shit under a system of white supremacy. I get tired of black women coming on Karen Hunter's show and well, I went to Howard, I went to this. So what? And none of us own any of those colleges. That's why they call them historically black college, because historically only black people went. But more and more Hispanics are going to his HBCUs. And guess what? They're getting free scholarship money through the DACA program. They're getting a free college degree and they're able to go to HBCUs for free. Meanwhile, your family has to pay. And nearly all HBCUs are private, which means you're paying out of the ass tuition, even if you live in that state. How you feel about that? Since you think Hispanics are your brothers and sisters. Now, I posted something on both of my Facebook pages about them Nazis down there in Mexico. And a lot of y'all still think that was some made up shit. Oh man, come on, Ice. Why you always dividing us? Fool, we already divided. This country is already segregated and divided. You think anything I post is gonna divide the whole damn country, fool? You sound like a naive child. You sound like an idiot. Act like the Iceman all by himself is dividing America. This country been divided by race. And it will always be defined by race. Just because you too stupid to figure it out, that's your problem. And that's why you gonna get caught slipping. A lot of these black folks that be out here getting their ass beat by white citizens and stuff happening to them, a lot of times it's because them black folks still got caught slipping. Because I watch Caucasians. They are always looking to catch you slipping. I don't care where you live in this country. I don't care if you live in the South. You can live in the Northeast. You can live in the Midwest. You can live in the Northwest, where I just moved from. You can live in Southern California. You can live in the West, on the West Coast. And you are still subjected to the auspices of white supremacy. And you can twist it any way you want that, oh, it ain't going to happen to me. Ain't no white person going to do that to me. Bullshit. Let them catch you slipping. We'll see what happened to you. You live in captivity. And it's about time you just went ahead and admitted it. You can't go where you want. You can't get loans. You can't get capital. You don't have access to capital. You don't have any politicians working on your behalf. Even the black politicians sell you out. They'll come to you for votes, but to get money and to get support from Caucasian, but from the white supremacist liberals or conservatives to kiss the right money, they will get up there and start talking about LGBT. Well, what about anti-immigration fervor in this country? And you wait a minute, you're a black candidate and you trying to get black votes and you sitting up here talking about LGBT and criminal justice reform? The fuck is you talking about, dog? You sitting up here talking about criminal justice reform. How's that going to affect how does that help all black folks? I'm not a criminal. I don't have a criminal record. I've never been arrested. And some of y'all are in the same boat I'm in. You ain't no criminals. Most of your family ain't criminals. So why do I care about criminal justice reform? The only people who should be happy about criminal justice reform are criminals, ex-convicts. Disgusting. Trans woman sues to force female estheticians to wax his male genitalia. That's y'all see where this is going? And yet they come over to our neighborhood talking about y'all homophobic. They'll sit up there and set us up for some fixed deck situation. And then when we react to it, then they say, see, you black folks are homophobic. See? We need to pass equal rights legislation. All right now. I told y'all about these folks. Y'all keep on. Y'all keep on with the bullshit. If you can't go where you want, do what you want, have access to capital when you want a personal loan or a business loan, if politicians are ignoring you except during the campaign time and they only promise you nothing. They promise stuff to people who ain't even they voting base. That's how disrespectful these Democrats are. Black people are the #1 voting bloc for the Democratic Party. If we don't vote, even if 25% of us don't vote, they lose the election and they know it. But they are so racist at the DNC that they're not even willing to even try to even act like they're gonna make reparations a reality without us having to just go rogue and get it. You see how they playing us? We're their voting bloc. LGBT people don't vote. A lot of LGBT people do. That's not their voting base. So why is it every time we got black candidates up there promising LGBT people stuff and that ain't even their base? But see, they get money from them. Y'all see where I'm going? See, you have to understand. Politicians are like prostitutes. They work for money. So even if you don't vote and you're a donor, a big time donor, where you giving $150,000 and above, hey, if you're giving that kind of money away, that candidate's gonna go over there where you are so they can get that check because they know they can't get it without coming over there. But when it comes to black folks, they know we're so gullible and so lame and so thirsty for attention and validation that they know they can continue to keep running this hustle on us where they just get our vote for free and then give everybody else the benefits that they should be giving us. And y'all don't get it. Well, there was a couple coons on Facebook that I said, okay, what did I post on Facebook? I'm trying to remember. Oh, I was talking about something with Trump, and some coon ass church nigga came out of the woodwork talking about, I'm gonna do everything I can to keep Trump from getting elected. I said, oh, so you just gonna blindly vote for Biden? A guy that was co-sponsor of the 94 crime bill, and in the bill before that, when it came to mandatory minimum sentences act, Biden was one of the co-sponsors of that bill. So as you can see, he felt that people who sold crack cocaine deserved to do longer prison terms, and he was also one of the supporters of 3 Strikes You're Out, which was a policy that was created by the Rand Corporation, I believe. Either Rand Corporation or another think tank came up with 3 strikes and you're out. That didn't come from a government agency. That came from private companies because they were setting us up years later in 94 for the crime bill. 3 strikes and you're out, which Clinton signed into law and he supported it. All of you that's Clinton fans. You see how the Democratic Party does you? That's why I don't vote for them motherfuckers. Yeah, I do mean motherfuckers. That's why I don't vote for them. And I would rather sit out an election like I did with Trump. I wanted Hillary to lose because I want a real racist in the White House. I want my white supremacist right in front of me because I know he's going to act as himself. So I'm more comfortable with Trump in there than some lying ass equivalent to Trump in Biden with his creepy ass. You don't like Trump, but you'd rather have Creepy Joe in there. I don't want Obama Part 2 in there. You see how they do you? They give you mandatory minimums. Crack cocaine. If you're caught with crack cocaine, you get mandatory minimum sentences of 7 to 10 years, even if you just get caught with 5 or 6 rocks on you. Not even an ounce of crack cocaine. 3 strikes and you're out. It comes from a private corporation and not the government. So you know there's some ulterior motive behind it. And then Biden was a co-sponsor of the 94 crime bill that helped privatize prisons and put trillions of dollars in their pockets. They created a whole new industry of locking people up. And who were the most vulnerable? You guessed it, Black people. So again, I ask you, why are you voting for the Democrats? I'm not saying you should vote for the Republicans. I'm saying, why should you vote for the Democrats? Huh? You in the chat room on either platform, I want you to give me an objective argument, a critically thought out argument as to why we all should vote Democrat. And you better come correct. You better come correct, dog. Because if you post up some emotional bullshit, I'm going to make you look like a fool. I'm going to tear your ass up. I'm going to light you up. So you might want to stay quiet. Because I get tired of Black folks trying to come for me when I challenge them and I say, why are you going to vote for Biden? You know he's going to be the nominee. Why are you going to vote for this fool? He has done everything he can to screw your people over. Why are you voting for this guy? Because I don't want to vote for Trump. Then don't vote. What are you voting for? You don't have to vote. You ain't going to turn into a pumpkin because you don't vote. You being more disrespectful to your elders by not voting, by voting for the lesser of two evils than you sitting it out. Let me explain something to you. Don't believe that that concocted image of Dr. King that the white media created of him. See, you have to go on YouTube to find the speeches where Dr. King said that America owes foundational Black Americans reparations. And remember, before Dr. King went to the March on Washington, the Kennedy administration paid him 6 figures to go to it because he wasn't going. Because now he did have a meeting at the White House. And you know what he said in that interview with the media? He said, we're going to DC and we're going to get that check. Tell me I'm lying. Where my frat brothers at? Have y'all seen that clip of Dr. King saying we going to DC to get that check? That's what he's talking about. Getting that money that the Kennedy administration promised them. Because Kennedy wanted Dr. King to quell all this black violence that was being exacted. See, what they don't want to tell you is a lot of these brothers, even in the South, they were fighting back. See, they want to show, oh, John Lewis, old weak ass, his old Ninja Turtle looking ass. They want to show you all Dr. King and them getting pelted by rocks and getting thrown in jail. What they don't show you is all the brothers around the South and in the North and on the West Coast, and even in places like Chicago and Detroit, where brothers was busting them caps. See, they don't want to tell you. They don't want to talk to you about that. Let me show y'all something. Let me show y'all something real quick. Show you how white supremacy tries to bury our history and bury content that will possibly inspire black people to want to rise up against our oppressors. Let me say this before I take a break. Ladies and gentlemen, black men and black women, let me say something to you. I'm not trying to get you to like me. I'm trying to inform you. Because some of you guys know this stuff, but you would rather put them blinders on because you want to be able to survive at that corporate plantation tomorrow. I get it. I understand. But at the same time, you can't hide your hand in your head in the sand no more. We're gonna have to start fighting back. And I say, let's fight with our minds before we have to fight with our fists and these guns. I'm hoping we can get that done. And that's why I keep pushing tangible reparations, cut that check. The reason why I'm not pushing it just for my health. I'm pushing it because that's the easiest way we can fight back without having to bust a gun or hit anybody upside the head, because the latter is inevitable. It's inevitable. This insurgency attacks, like you see with Trayvon Martin getting killed, Michael Brown being murdered, Jordan Davis, Sandra Bland being murdered in jail. That's what you call insurgency attacks. But after a while, it's going to be all-out war. Why? Because white supremacy is on the decline. Their birth rates are down here and their death rates are up here. What happens to a population in a certain group if the birth rates are not higher than the death rates? Then you have a fall in aggregate population. You don't even have to take sociology to understand that. You don't even have to put that in the form of a statistics problem to figure that out. During the Reagan administration, the Caucasians were 88% of America's population. Guess where they are today? Between 63 and 68%. And it's only 30 years removed from the 80s. Now you know why they're scared and why they're out here performing these insurgency attacks on unsuspecting black men, women, and children. They busting caps on 30-year-old black men. Well, the police are. I'm talking about regular citizens. No, they going up to elderly black men, my dad's age, and popping them upside the head with a gun. Because they're easy targets. They're soft targets. They're attacking black women with their children. You're a soft target. You're an easy target. Do you think if they see these brothers out here standing out here smoking weed with their pants sagging, you think they gonna run up on them Negroes? No, because they know they gonna get that work. All them brothers be packing. They got something on them. They might just have a little deuce, but they got something. So them white supremacists know not to bust off on some young brothers or brothers look like me. When they see middle-aged black men like me who are in shape, because they know I'm in my 50s. When I tell some of these Caucasian people how old I really am, they be like, dog, you look like you in your late 30s or early 40s. See, wow, you black people don't age. I would if I drank more alcohol and didn't drink a lot of water and didn't work out. You have to understand where you see. You don't understand. Any black man or woman who doesn't understand where they live, your life is in danger. And not just your life, your children's lives are in danger. And if you are taking care of your elderly, infirm parents, they are in danger because you ain't in no position to protect them. Because you're going to get caught out here slipping. I understand warfare because I spent enough time in the military. You don't understand warfare. You think it's about we all fight at one time or nothing. No, that's not how you fight a war, dude. They fight a war with education. Let me tell you something about these white supremacists. They weaponize every facet of this country. They facet all facets of our society. They weaponize education. Education ain't you. When you send your kids to public school, all they doing is getting indoctrinated. That's all they're getting. They ain't getting no damn education. They getting indoctrination and socialization. I cover that in my book in here. I talk about how education is a waste of black folks' time. If you are sending your kids to schools where Caucasian people are educating them, or you're sending your kids to school and you got a black teacher that works for a white school district, your children are being undereducated. There's a reason why black boys do horribly in public school systems. There's a reason why black girls, less of them, do horribly in public school. It's because they feel the hostility from not just the school district, but that white teacher or that sellout black teacher who can't handle them. Or that Hispanic teacher that's a racist. They feel that hate and that hostility, and they respond to it. Just like when they're at home. If you and your husband are arguing, those of you who have a husband, or your boyfriend, if those kids are in the house and they hear you and your boyfriend in there arguing, whether that guy is their father or not, those kids are going to respond. They're going to I'm telling you, I'm giving you some mental health, some information that you probably get from your therapist if you get off your ass and go and take your kids. Your kids internalize hostility, even if it's not toward them. Because if that man, even if he's not their father, or he could be their father, if he is hostile toward that woman, the kids are going to be looking at both of y'all, but they're going to be looking at him mainly and be like, look, man, this ain't cool right here. And what the children are going to do is they're going to internalize that hostility. And they're going to go to school and they're going to do what? They're going to act out. That's why you have to keep coming up to the school, because that they don't like their teacher and they don't know how to tell you, because you are so far up your own ass with all your bullshit. You don't care that your son and daughter are not getting an education at all. They're just being indoctrinated with white supremacy. That's why they start the day with that bullshit Pledge of Allegiance. That's indoctrination 101. You ask any You ask anybody in mental health about the Pledge of Allegiance, I don't care what color they are, and they will tell you the same thing I'm telling you. It's about indoctrinating. It's about telling you that this country is doing you a favor, even though your people have been victimized since 1492 in this country. And they still keep victimizing you. And you still keep taking your slow ass over there to that voting booth. Democrat. They ain't done shit for you, and they never will. And you fighting me ain't gonna make it any better. Because you guys know I say this on every broadcast. If you don't believe what I say, and if I'm such a and I'm so hostile and all of this, and I cuss too much and all of that, you say all of that. And my question to you is, what my statement to you is, you don't have to listen to me. You can always go do something else. You can always go get a glass of water and watch TV. You can go scratch your ass. You can do whatever the fuck you want to do. And I'm still going to keep doing this live stream. So why are you listening to somebody you don't believe? I ain't that entertaining. Matter of fact, I ain't entertaining at all most of the time. But you need this game. Because we're falling behind. By 2053, Black people will have a collective net worth of 0. When you don't own anything, it's much easier. Do you know right now we can be rounded up and put on boxcars right now and sent to ovens, and you wouldn't do shit about it? We are in a powerless position as the Jews were during Nazi Germany. That's why it was so easy to put them on boxcars and put them in ovens and gas chambers. Y'all think I'm just up here just blowing smoke up your ass. You don't study Nazi Germany and how they rounded up them Jews and blacks and homosexuals. See, they didn't tell you that, did they? Well, 6 million Jews got killed. No, 6 million Jews plus black Germans got killed too. And some regular Germans got killed. Some Aryan Germans got killed. If you don't want to be a student of history, I get it. You got a family to raise. You got a family to take care of. But you know what? Ignorance and not knowing is not an excuse. I'm sorry. You go into any courtroom right now and the judge, whether it's civil or criminal, and the judge will say, ma'am, sir, ignorance of the law is no defense. So why are you letting the Democrats get off easy by not providing us with what we are owed? Let me explain something to you. Let me tell you ADOS black folks something. One of the reasons why nothing gets done for black folks is because a lot of these media outlets go and get non-ADOS blacks to speak for us, like Roland Martin. Roland Martin is Haitian. He's not black. He's Haitian. He's not a black American. And Angela Rye too. Most of these people that you see on TV, a lot of them are not ADOS blacks. So they don't care if you get reparations because they know they ain't getting shit. That's why you hear Rolly all on TV. Reparations is not needed. I don't know who these so-called foundational blacks. They self-hating. They hate Kamala Harris. You talking about Kamala Marsala Harris, the one who said she was Indian and a person of color, a woman of color, and she didn't say she was black until it was convenient for her. Fuck out of here. I'm going to take a break, and we need to get these donations popping. YouTube, what's cracking, man? Look, y'all know that I have no patience for black folks not participating and contributing. I have no patience for that. So YouTube, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, if we don't get some donations popping right now while I'm taking a break, YouTube is gonna get shut down and I'm just gonna finish my live stream on Facebook. Do you understand? All right, be back here in a couple. Keep it locked here, keep it locked right here on the Iceman Show podcast. Oh, they're full of crap. We're back. Okay, we got one person that donated. Come on, man. I'm giving YouTube. I'm gonna give you 3 minutes. Okay? I'm gonna give you 3 minutes. You're playing games. Let's stop playing. Those of you who do not donate on a regular basis, it's time for you to step up. You understand? Black men, the reason why you don't think it's important for you to support what I do or those like me is because you don't see you're stuck in your own selfish individualism. You know what, King Ra? I'm gonna go ahead and ban you. You know what? I'm gonna ban you because you say a lot of dumb shit. I don't talk that Moors and the Black Israelites. Don't come on my platform talking that sorry dumbass shit. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and block your ass. Don't come around. Don't come on. Don't come on. Don't come on my platform talking that shit. See, guys, you have to understand about black men. The reason why I don't cut, some people say, well, Ice, why you be so hard on them cats? Because a lot of these guys are full of shit. That's why. I'm hard on them because these are the same niggas that'll go and give EA Sports all their money for Madden. They'll give $80 to a white company that don't even hire blacks. But then come around black folks, come around black men and women like myself and start talking that we broke shit. See, I don't accept excuses from black folks. See, a lot of us accept excuses from our people, but then we'll go out here and so that's an excuse for you not to do anything. So, well, if these other people ain't doing it, that means I shouldn't do anything. Yeah, but look, your race ain't on the verge of extinction. Okay? See, this is serious business I'm talking about here, and you got black men playing games. Okay? Black men will always find an excuse not to stand up for anything. And then when we start getting picked off out here in the street, you'll be the first one talking about, hey, Ice, I need help. I need help for an attorney. I done got caught up. These honkies done caught me out here slipping. You'll be the first one to text me like these guys will sit up here and won't donate any money at all, but then send me a long 50-page manifesto on why I should give them some money. See, they don't tell you about that stuff. The main guys that send me emails begging for money and then have no proof, show me any proof as to how it is that they are in dire straits. These are the main ones who don't ever donate any money. They'll send me emails talking about, take me to the recording studio, Iceman. Why? You ain't got no talent. You ain't got no damn talent. Why would I take you to the studio? So you can sit there? I'm going to bring one of my females up in there before I bring your ass up in there. I don't know you. You can beg me for some money on the sneak tip, but then when I'm doing this show, I ain't got no money. Well, I ain't got no money either, dog. And I know who donate. You can't come in here and say, oh, I bought your book and I donated, because what, you think I'm stupid? I know exactly who buys my books, and I know exactly who donates, and it ain't you. And you telling me you bought my book and you donated, you even more retarded. Because I'm gonna go back and check. And if I don't see your real name on there, you get nothing. I'm not helping you. See, I'm one of the few black men. I don't cut my people any slack. I expect more out of you than I do these other folks. And yet I got Asians, I got Caucasians donate more money than I have black men and women. Ain't that sad? I have Asians and Caucasians who say, hey, don't expose me. Don't use my email address in the block email. When you send those block emails out, don't put my name in there. I don't want these people knowing who I am. They ain't black. And yet it's my people who come around for free information and won't even at least make the effort to compensate me for my time. And you wonder why we're going to damn near be extinct by 2050. If you own nothing, if you control nothing, it's easy to wipe you off the face of the earth. And you don't get it. You don't get it. If you had any power, Bill Cosby wouldn't be sitting in prison right now. If you had any power, R. Kelly wouldn't get raked through the coals like he's getting. Because if you see the Jewish dude, Harvey Weinstein and Jeff Epstein, they ain't going. Jeff Epstein, the only reason why Jeff Epstein might end up being the first one of these rich white males getting convicted is because he went, just like R. Kelly, he went way overboard. He went too far. There is a such thing as going too far. Okay? And the egregiousness of what Jeffrey Epstein did is what's going to land him in prison. But he still ain't going to get the kind of time that R. Kelly is going to get. R. Kelly going to be in jail for the rest of his life when they get finished with his ass. But the people who should be sitting right next to R. Kelly in prison should be the parents of them underage girls who offered their kids up to R. Kelly as a sex sacrifice. You dig? See, we have to start getting real about what's going on in this country to our people instead of playing games. Okay? We got to stop playing games. We got to stop playing games because the next person that they catch out here slipping might be you and your family. Don't become begging. Don't come to me whining about what them white folks done to you because you done got caught out there slipping. Don't bring your ass over here whining. I don't want to hear it. I'm serious. I don't want to hear it, dog. You brought that shit on yourself. And you're going to have to deal with that situation yourself. When you want to think like an individual, you're gonna pay for your sins as an individual. Remember that. All you single moms out there, you talk all this shit about black men ain't shit. You talk all this shit about black men this, black men that, blaming black men for everything. When them race soldiers, when them white supremacists get after your ass and your kids and start putting bullets in your kids or in you, don't whine about how black men ain't shit. Why should any black man put his life and his safety on the line for your no good, ungrateful ass? Huh? Think about that for a second, black woman. Why should we protect you and you ain't had our backs in 50 years? Don't sit up here and expect black men to lay down their coat over muddy water or lay down their lives for you, and you out here shitting on us every chance you get all over YouTube and all over all in the media. When you look at these documentaries, these hit pieces like Leaving Neverland and what was that? Leaving R. Kelly was the name of that bullshit ass documentary. Look at who's making that stuff. Look who's making it. Black women who are either non-ADOS or they mama white. And they've been raised by a white woman that projected her anti-black sentiments onto her half-black children. Dream Hampton's mama is white. I'm not saying that's a big deal, but I'm just saying, if you want to know where all this anti-black vitriol comes from, you ought to check the people who are either producing and directing it and the people who are financing it. Now, you may not give a shit about R. Kelly based on what he's done over the years, but at the same time, I still see him as a black man. And if they're doing that shit to him, it's highly likely that they will do it to us. So you need to think about that for a second while you throwing R. Kelly's ass under the bus. Don't think they won't throw your son under the bus too, since you think you immune from that kind of racism. See, I could get a lot deeper than I do on these live streams. I just don't do it because you guys don't respect my time. A lot of times I have to cut some of the stuff that I'm going to say out because I'm like, you don't deserve to hear it. You don't support me. Why am I going to tell you anything? Some of you guys have the income to support not just myself, but other content creators, and you refuse to do it because you're too busy giving your money to the white man. I ain't comfortable donating no money. Some of these guys are my frat brothers and they never donate any money. And I'm really looking at you side-eyed. Okay? I'm looking at you side-eyed. You want to talk that 06 shit, but when it comes down to supporting one of your brothers, you like, oh no, Fred, I gave to the United Way, it worked. Okay, bro. Don't call me when these race soldiers get at your kids. Don't call me talking about, hey, frat. Don't email me talking about, hey, frat. I ain't gonna be there for you, dog. Remember that. Because you might think I don't keep score. I do. Ask some of my family members that call themselves gonna shit on me, and then years later they had to come with hat in hand. I was like, hey man, I can't help you, dog. Can't help you. Sorry. I ain't got nothing for you. I ain't got nothing for you, man. Can't help you. Remember that shit you was talking 5 years ago? Remember that shit you was saying behind my back, nigga? Oh, okay. Yeah, but karma's a bitch, ain't it? Okay? I don't play, dude. I remember those of you who never donate. I know who you are. You think because you got some made up username, I don't know who you are. I know who you are. I know exactly who you are. I might not say it, but I know who you are. And when you email me asking me to help you out with rent and all kind of other stuff, I'm gonna be like, man, whatever. Fuck you, nigga. Fuck you. Hey man, I'm gonna buy I'm gonna donate next week. Nigga, next week is next week. We talking, I'm sitting in front of you tonight. I don't want to hear about what you're gonna do on payday, because when payday come around, you ain't gonna donate shit. You got niggas only donate $5 a month, and then the next month here they go, the debit card don't go through because they done changed their debit card. You so sorry you can't even donate $5 a month. That's black people. That's black women. You know, for a long time I used to say, what is black? Some of these black women, some of the stuff they saying sounded kind of valid, and I was like. Then when I started doing research, doing the broadcast, doing the Iceman Show podcast, I was like, now I see what these black women be talking about. How you niggas, how you blacks, a lot of you, especially you young black men, how sorry some of y'all are. Most of you, especially these guys on the Facebook side, a lot of you guys are passive black men. You're passive. You're passive, which means you are on par with being as powerful as a female. How does that make you feel? You're passive. Nobody respects a passive man. Nobody likes a weak man. That's why Trump, no matter how much negative shit that they say about President Cheeto, he is going to get reelected and ain't a damn thing you going to do about it. Because whether you like it or not, I don't care if he deports 11 million of them illegal aliens out of this country tomorrow. The remaining Hispanics in this country all will vote for Trump. Okay? That's how powerful white supremacy is. And that's how powerful a white male figure is in America. You have to understand, 70% of white women in this country voted for Trump, even with all the scandals, even with all the grab you by your pussy scandals, with all the women who say that he fondled them and performed sexual misconduct on them. He still got elected, with 70% of white females voting for his ass. See, you don't understand white supremacy. You think this is black and white, right and wrong. See, that's how black folks think. You don't understand white supremacy. You do not understand how deep the roots of white supremacy run in North America. You don't understand it. And that's why you keep getting caught slipping out here. This is one of the reasons why black people take L's every day, every week, every month, every year. Every time you turn around, black folks on the losing end of everything. You got immigrants crossing the Rio Grande, coming over here with nothing but the dirty drawers and dirty ass clothes they got on their backs. And in 5 years, here you know, I went to Howard, I went to Spelman, I went to HBCU. You with all your degrees and all your corporate jobs, that dirty ass illegal alien is living a higher standard of income, and not necessarily income, but standard of living than you are, and they only been in this country 5 years. Explain that. Explain that, black man. You can't. There's no way you can quantify or qualify that. You cannot explain in an objective way how it is somebody can come from another country, can't speak a lick of English, can't read and write in their own language, and come here and surpass you. And your family been here for 500 years. And I'm the devil. I'm in the wrong. You don't understand white supremacy, and that's why you're going to keep losing. With all, see, black women will walk around and be like, ooh, look at us. Black women, we got the most college degrees in this country, yet you control nothing. You get the most degrees out of everybody in this country, and yet you own nothing. Your collective net worth is $5. Explain that, black woman. Qualify and quantify that in five sentences or less. I bet you can't do it. See, I understand white supremacy. That's why my mind is free. Because I understand it. And I understand that I'm going to do everything I can to eradicate it. See, when you hear black folks say they're going to vote for Biden, whether Biden had anything to do with that crime bill or that minimum mandatory sentences, drug, cocaine, crack cocaine sentences act, or the 3 strikes and you're out policy that came out of corporate America, not from any of the governments, whether it's municipal, state, or federal government, but yet the federal and state governments adopted that policy. You gonna vote for this guy anyway, just because your grandmama voted and we couldn't vote? Voting, hey, name one race group, Facebook and YouTube. Name one race group that voted their way out of poverty. I'll wait. Name one race group that got lifted out of poverty by voting for Republicans or Democrats. Shoot. I see nobody has posted anything. So if my observation is correct, there isn't any race group that has ever been lifted out of poverty by voting for a Republican or a Democrat or both. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say that you believe there isn't a group that's been lifted out of poverty by way of voting. Okay? I'm just going to take a stab in the dark here. So knowing this, why are you going to vote for any Democrat that the Democratic Party puts in front of you just because they told you that Trump needs to be defeated? Why should Trump be defeated? I like Trump being in there. I don't like Trump personally. I don't support the Republican Party at all. But what I like about Trump being in office is that because Obama screwed up so bad while he was in there them 8 years with his benign neglect policy, he screwed up so bad that the same Caucasians who voted for Obama voted for Trump. Because I'm gonna do a live stream on how Obama helped Trump get elected. I'm gonna do it, and you're gonna be surprised what will help get Trump elected. See, Obama tried to run the same hustle he ran on black folks, on them blue collar Caucasians, particularly the ones in places like West Virginia, Kentucky, in that whole coal belt, and that in the Rust Belt, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, Illinois, Indiana. See, he got a lot of those folks' votes, except for maybe Kentucky. But he did see what Obama found out the hard way is that benign neglect policy on black folks don't have a problem getting disrespected and screwed over, because a lot of y'all welcome that. Those them blue collar Caucasians that have been whining about all these immigrants coming over here and taking their kids place in school, taking their jobs in them factories. You know how they responded? They voted for Trump. And they even said they did. They said after Obama sat up there for 8 years and didn't do nothing for us, we decided to vote for Trump. And you know what? They're going to vote for Trump. And all you dummies out there that think these people won't vote for Trump again because there's been more allegations of Trump lying and cheating and stealing and cheating on his wife. White folks don't care about that kind of stuff. White folks care about what's in their wallet. See, unlike you. See, you want to be everybody's friend. You want to like everybody. You want everybody to like you. That's why most of you say, I don't like his ass. Why you listening to me then, dog? If you don't like me, why you listening to me? Huh? Why you listening to me? Because it ain't about what you like. It's about business, taking care of business. See, the Democratic Party, let me explain something to y'all. What up, B the Great B? Hey, all of you guys on the YouTube side, those of you who donated on the Cash App and the one person that donated on PayPal, appreciate you for donating, but we're going to end the live stream at this point. Those of you who didn't get a chance to listen to the whole live stream, if you donated, I will send you a link. I will send you a link to this live stream so you can see it from the beginning, in case you came in at the end. B the Great B, I know you donate most of the time. So if you didn't donate, you need to donate if you want to get a link to this live stream. Otherwise, once I set it to private, you're not getting anything. So we're done, YouTube. You guys want to sit up here and not donate? What I tell y'all, I will shut this motherfucker down.